Everyone. This is the business plan presentation for Project Suguro. I'm Sai Krishnamurthy.
I'm Augustine.
And I'm April Jamin. Our product offers superior assistance to younger children who carry backpacks, who attend school that carry heavy items in their backpacks like textbooks, papers, and people who also face back issues. And it advises for preventative action. So it's not something that takes away the weight, but it will tell you if you are carrying too much weight, and it will give you the option to take out the weight. It won't remove the weight. And causes that for back issues are uneven distribution of weight and also overloading of your backpack. Right now in the market, no backpack for health assistance has been created, and only certain aspects have been incorporated, like padding, waist straps that even out the weight, and just simply articles that say don't overload your backpack or don't overfill it. And our product emphasizes health safety.
So the industry. So the primary materials used in backpacks is canvas, rubberized fabrics, plastic materials, and metal. So these are the types of materials that we're going to use in our backpack, so that way it's going to be the most accessible backpack and the most cost-effective backpack for everyone. Our main competitors are JanSport, Nike, North Face, and Swedish Kanken. These are the most popular backpack brands in the world, even in the US. And JanSport makes the super big backpack, which is the most common backpack in the country. So that's the backpack that we're going to be modeling our project off of. So large companies are not necessarily seeking products contributing to the user's health. This is something that they could dabble into, but as of right now, there are no backpacks that take care of anyone's back issue or help to address anyone's back issues. So backpacks with electronics do exist, but typically they're more for the batteries, chargers, that type of deal. But we find that to be quite unnecessary. And also, the product fits, so it fits more in the health and ergonomic sector in the backpack industry. So that way, it has proper padding, and the electronic system, which we will talk more about, will help prevent future back issues. So market analysis. So our primary consumers are K to 12 students, even going into college and even in the professional industries that have back pain. The reason we want to target primarily the kindergarten through about 8th or 9th grade age group is because that's when your back is developing the most. We want to make sure that if you have too much weight in your backpack, that could deform your back, and that could cause a lot of back issues in the future. And children improperly use backpacks every day by carrying in one shoulder, by holding it in their arm. There are a bunch of reasons why it's unsafe, the current use of backpacks in this country. So there are over 50.7 million students in this country. So we want to try to have it accessible for everybody to use. And the weight primarily is distributed in today's society through bags, through books, textbooks, electronics, and other personal belongings in gear. Especially in high school, students may have sports equipment, etc. Sensors will alert the user to reduce the weight. So like Ashel said, this is not a necessarily preventative, but this will help you, this will alert you when there's too much weight on your back by using the 3 sensors, which I'll talk more about. Manufacturing price can be reduced when mass manufactured.
Okay, so for the competitive analysis, our main competitors, like as Sai said, were North Face, Nike, and JanSport. So with our technical advantage, we have superior sensors to notify when things get heavy. And for the barrier, the new player, we're very new to the market right now, and all of our competitors are saturated markets. So the competitors have advantages. So we got comfortable straps, which would be less weight, and is mass manufacturable at a very low price.
And an added note to the price component is also that we find that actually building a backpack and being in that health and ergonomic sector, building a backpack is not really effective because we have so many players. That's why we're using a model like the JanSport Super Weight Backpack, so that way we can take our technology and license it to other companies, so that way they can use our technology, and we make a royalty as well. So this is the example of our circuit diagram. So this is not necessarily a technical schematic, but this is more a visual representation to see how this will work. So this is an Arduino 101. So the Arduino 101, an advantage of the Arduino 101 is the Bluetooth sensor, which will actually connect to your phone to alert you whenever weight is needed to be removed. Also, there's a piezo buzzer which sends a low frequency signal, so you can actually audibly hear when there's too much weight in your back, and you can actually remove it immediately. And there are 3 sensors. So there's one left and right for your left and right shoulders, and then there's one in the center for your lower back, because these are the 3 primary places where most of the growth and development happens, and pain usually starts. This is our bibliography. Thank you.
My name is Christopher Jimenez.
I'm Bryce DeLone.
And our project is this is a universal fruit slicer business plan.
This is our executive summary, and our design is mostly to provide safety in the kitchen, because it'll have the blades will be more concealed than a knife blade, so it'll cut down hopefully on the knife-related incidents and people who accidentally cut themselves when trying to slice fruits or cook in the kitchen. And it'll add convenience and efficiency, being able to be stored much easier, and will replace hopefully the need for multiple knives or multiple different utilities, as well as it'll influence people to eat healthy, maybe because it'll be more convenient to be able to eat fruits and vegetables, so it'll make people want to eat them more, because it'll be just easier rather than having to peel an orange. You can just slice it in seconds. So investors should be willing to invest due to the large profit margin, as the market is not very saturated, so ours would be able to sell very high, and due to the low production costs, it would be a very big difference between production costs to produce and resale value. And it's a long-lasting product, which means people would be more inclined to buy it, as it would they would not feel the pressure to have to buy one every year, but more like 2 or 3 years.
Our industry, we're more part of the kitchen industry, and part of the industry would be the food preparation part, and it'll be anything that involves preparation of food, which is like cutting boards, utensils, strainers, knives, etc. And our main target is the professional and household kitchens. So this would be from like professional kitchens in restaurants to household kitchens that anyone has in their home, so where they cut fruit and slice fruit. And basically in this industry, the universal fruit slicer would fit right in, because it involves both food preparation and can be used in both household and professional.
This is the market analysis, and our target audience was the average kitchen user in the United States, but could also be marketed towards anyone who deals with fruit, or professionals if they feel the need is necessary for a universal fruit slicer. Though we did talk to certain professionals, and they stated that since they are so accustomed to knives that they personally would not use it, though they do believe that most average consumers would buy our product for convenience. But the 2 main types of kitchens that we are marketing towards are professional kitchens, as I said, and the household kitchens, which is just the everyday life.
Our competitive analysis, so these are all different types of fruit slicers before that have similar design to our product. So these manufacturers include Prepworks, Outside, Fuller, KitchenAid, and Curious Chef. And all these are basically the same task, which is a push down to slice the fruit type of device. But our advantage is that we are not size specific. So as you can see, all these different designs, they all aren't they all can only slice one size of fruit, whereas our design can slice different sizes of fruit. So it can be anywhere from like the apple slicer to the watermelon. Doesn't matter the size.
And this is our reference.
My name is Alan John,
And I'm Javier Bermejo.
and this is the business plan for our
Javier.
The U.S. consumers want a soul that can be replaced or changed. And then statistics prove that 23% of the Americans have some sort of foot problem. And then there's also the problem of wear and tear in shoes. And since the year 2000, over 54% of the shoe consumers in the United States have experienced a desire to change size to replace their shoe sole. And also they also want to change their sole according to the outfit. So to meet all these demands, we decided to create a shoe that can be easily replaced with the bottom of the shoe.
And for our industry, we are in the shoe industry, obviously. The shoe industry consists of dress shoes, sneakers, boots, sandals, and athletic-related footwear, and many other things such as galoshes. Also, our footwear parts include shoelaces, buckle, clasp, inner soles, heels, and padding. What we're focusing on right now is we're focusing on the primary sole, which is you would be found on the bottom of any type of shoe, any type of boot, any sandal or anything. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having our interchangeable sole. So basically, if you have, let's say you have 3 pairs of high heels, instead of having 3 pairs of high heels, you can easily take out that bottom sole. You can replace it with 3 different soles and have one main base. And in our global market, it's said to be about $439 billion by the year 2024. And the main competitor in our markets would be Nike, Adidas, and Nike holds Jordan and Converse, so those two qualify as under Nike, and they hold 64% of the market. And Adidas, the next best, holds approximately only 9% of the market, which is a huge contrast. And in this market, a lot of shoe buyers or consumers are very loyal to their brand.
So instead of making our own shoe and adding the interchangeable soles to it, we get more profit off by adding our systems to these other already competitors in the market that are already there, like Jordan or Nike. We can sell our product to them, and they can start making the shoes with interchangeable soles for them. So we can get royalties off that.
And for companies such as Jordan example, they have different brands, and it's the same brand but different styles. So for example, they have the Bread 11s, and then for what you can do for that is you can have different. All have the same designs, just different colors, and then some of the soles are different. We could be the person that provides those soles and have the same base. However, you can have 3 different soles and therefore contribute to 3 unique brands or 3 unique designs into one. And it's also it's cheaper than buying multiple shoes. For example, it costs about $15 to produce an entire shoe. We're estimating approximately anywhere from $10 to $20 for the interchangeable sole. That's to produce. However, manufacturers sell the shoe for a lot more. For example, I'm pretty sure for the year 2008, they produced the shoe for $15, and Jordan themselves sold it for thousands of dollars. And so that's pure profit right there. That our additional price of our sole wouldn't have much of an impact on companies, as consumers already pay anywhere from 10-fold to 20-fold the price of producing the shoe itself.
Mainly our consumers are going to be 18 to 21-year-old. These are the consumers that usually mostly buy shoes at that age. And then our competitions, there's really no one in the competition right now, because all of them either have bad reviews or their patents have been expired. So it's an easy market to get into. The competitors that were in the market were One Sole, and it is marketed towards women with interchangeable high heels. There's a picture right here. And then the second one is Corker's boots. These are work boots or hiking boots that have interchangeable soles at the bottom, which you just attach to the. It's like a. It's like a screw-in type. So you just put it in quick and you can go wherever. But at the same time, these have not been profitable as we look at the chart, and their sales have been going down because no one really goes hiking or wears these type of work boots anymore.
And for the people who do, usually the hikers, like we said, they have brand loyalty. So instead of choosing Corkers, they'll choose another brand that specifies in their area. And for Corkers, for example, their interchangeable sole is really only for boots. So like if you have a different terrain and stuff, if you're gonna go in the desert, they have a sole for that. If you go on a mountain, a more steeper area they have different soles for that. One Sole is really mostly just high heels mostly for women. They realize the demand for that. Women all have if you go to almost any women in your family, they probably have a closet or a shoe rack full of shoes, different type of shoes they like to wear on occasions, where they say, oh, these are for whenever I go to a funeral, these are when I go to a birthday. They have different occasions and stuff. And so what One Sole did was they took and they have different top parts they have right here. You can see they have the different designs on the top part of the shoe for which would encase your toes. And for the sole, they have different lengths on that, so you can have like a 2-inch heel, a 6-inch heel, depending on your needs for that or your wants. And for, like Alan was saying, for 18 to 21 years old, really at this age, from around 16 to 21 years old, teenagers are starting to work more, they're starting to actually make their own money, and they're still with their parents. So what that happens is they want to find something to spend their money on, and the shoe industry is a very popular thing because it has to do with fashion, them looking good. They care. Right now they're determining what they're going to be in life, determining what their personalities will be, so they care about their opinions of their peers, and with that, they want to buy shoes, they want to look good, be convenient. And these are our sources.
The real question is, are y'all in?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Henry Fang,
And my name is Stephen Kelly.
and for innovation and design, our company is called Score. So
And this is your business plan.
this is our business plan. So we had a partner, Luke Gilbo, who actually has ADHD, and we wanted to investigate any ideas and solutions to solve and help him alleviate his symptoms of ADHD. And currently there's a pervasive in culture is the fidget spinner, and also smartphone use is really prevalent in our society.
And also there's a huge market for the phone case because a lot of people have phone cases on their phones to protect them, so we thought this may be a good idea to attach the fidget spinner to the back of the case.
So what's the data about?
Oh, this is data about how ADHD affects an individual.
So can you explain the data, please?
So you can see arguing with adults. These are all blaming others for their mistakes, easily annoyed, swearing, lying, stealing. And as you can see, people with ADHD are higher in data for these characteristics.
So in the industry, we saw there was a lack of things to help with people that have ADHD. Also, we saw there was a lack in customization or personalization in phone cases as well. And we saw that on a lot of phone cases, there was a lot of unused space that could be used to
Add
further,
functionality.
add functionality.
So, and around the whole world, 1 in 20 children are afflicted with ADHD. So, only in the United States, there's already 8 million adults with ADHD symptoms. And the negative effects of ADHD are working memory capacity. They have less memory working capacity, and their ability to retain and manipulate information is stemming. It's harder for them to do so.
So what our case seeks to do is give these people stimulation while also giving them convenience of having it on their phone case, as well as gives them, anybody can use it, so as well, not just anybody, not just people that have ADHD can use the case.
And the attachment is modular. You can also add different types of functions, not only just the fidget spinner. So comparing our fidget phone case to other competitors in the market, ours is more versatile. It works with the phone case, so you can always take it apart and put it in your pockets. It's personalized. It has increased personalization. You can always switch out the attachment, switch out a new design. And again, it's modular, and it's ergonomic. It fits in your hand. It also works as a pop socket.
And like we were saying throughout this whole presentation, it's more practical since it's on the back of your phone case, so it'll always be with you, and as well as it's customizable. So
And this is our concept. It's
and our
citation.
citations.
Thank you.
Any questions?